Hey gamers, welcome back to a brand new DSP video. Now, before anyone says anything, I saw a comment asking, where is the pink thing? I miss it. Well guys, I do have it. They're talking about the Kirby automatone. Unfortunately, the batteries are dead. Sadly. This takes 3 AAA batteries. So I gotta buy new batteries. I didn't have any spare or extra AAAs, unfortunately, around me, so I gotta go buy new ones. So sadly, this will be another video without this thing. But whenever I get the batteries for this thing, don't worry. It'll come back triumphantly. So, hang in there. Don't worry. This thing isn't dead. It's dead right now, but it won't be dead for long. Okay, it's gonna come back. Don't worry. Don't worry. So F in chat for the automatone, for now. But let's go to the current topic at hand. The Iron Cook Sakai drama. So let's get into it. Let's fucking go.
But the first thing we need to address is the elephant in the room. Iron Chef Sakai is back in Kick Chat today. After 2 days of me having to put up with bullshit, with everyone yelling and telling me that he had left and that he went to someone else's stream and he was throwing some ethot a whole bunch of money.
Now, I don't know why he necessarily needed to call her an ethot. Like, I don't know much about her streams. I mean, he's talking about Lexi, or I think that's her name. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna call her Lexi for the sake of this video. From what I am to understand, for every sub she got, she would do a squat, basically, or whatever. She would do squats for subs, basically. And then she did a cooking stream. She did a Lego stream to rival his. Like, I don't know what kind of content she usually does, but as I said multiple times in DSP videos, is if you don't know what another person does on stream, I don't think you can, definitively insult them. Like, at least, like, know what they're putting out to know, what the deal is or whatever, right? But anyways, he calls her an ethot for basic internet reasons, basically. She's a woman, she streams, and she squats. Now, where does she put the camera when she squats, right? Like, because doing, like, exercises for subs or whatever is, like, what everyone has done on, like, in streaming for years. Like, this isn't a new thing or anything. But does she, like, angle the camera up her ass? Is that what she does when she squats? Or is it just distance, and then, you see her do normal squats? Like, what is there that's sexual, right? I mean, if you go to the gym and you see people do squats, do you get aroused? I mean, if you do, that might be a little bit creepy because, you're in a public place. Come on now, dog. But she's just squatting for subs. I mean, come on, she just wants to keep a good workout. That's all she wants to do. Meanwhile, DSP wanted to get paid to do push-ups, and he showed us his underwear. But she's the one that's doing sexual content, guys.
So, Iron Chef Sakai, why don't you tell us all about your adventures in the last 24, 48 hours? Really? Because I had to put up with so much bullshit in the last 24 to 48 hours because of this. I'd like to hear exactly what's going on. He says, are you serious? Well, let's see. You apparently went over to someone else's stream and threw a bunch of money, which I don't care about. But what I'm being told is that you kept talking about me in a negative way. You kept linking negative videos about me, like the tractor video. Okay,
see how silly this already is? There are so many people in his chat that talk about him behind his back. They go to other people's streams. Like, King Gokin did that for a time. Who else? Like, there's been so many people. Like, oh, I see you went to Agent Proper stream, and that's why you got the "Why? What the hell, man? Use your brains" segment. Who else has done it? Like, Tut has done it. Whatever. So many people in DSP's little pig pen have done this. And he always said, I don't care what they do. I don't care if they shit on me in someone else's chat. I can't police that, man. All this stuff. Yet, he's willing to police. He policed Third Day the Third for it. He banned Third Day the Third one time because he said DSP was like an idiot in another person's chat. He did ban him for that. Second, the other time was Rich. he gets mad when Rich does stuff that everyone else has done to DSP, but he's somehow like more annoyed when Rich does it. And now Iron Sakai has entered the echelon of people who can't do things that other people can for some unknown reason.
Videos. So of course my detractors made a fucking field day out of this. Now I'm sitting here trying to maintain my streams. Just do my normal shit. And I don't really give a shit about any of it. But I got to put up with 1 million people coming into my...
Okay. If he doesn't care, if he truly doesn't care, right? Why is he talking about it? Like, this is literally the meme. I don't care. I don't care about DSP, guys. I don't care about him. But let's talk about DSP for 10 hours. Like, it's the literal meme.
My chat derailing my content for a whole day. Like, last night was unbearable. I'm trying to play the Marvel Collection.
Okay. Okay, look. This goes into my main issue with DSP's, like, moderation, right? If people are going to your stream chat to intentionally derail and like detract from like what's going on or whatever, or to disrupt the community, shouldn't these people be banned? Like, there's so many LARPers in his chat that it's really hard for DSP to like really find the real ones, right? But again, he talks about like he didn't want to ban them because I think he doesn't like the stigma of being seen as a person who over moderates. But the thing is, people criticize him over moderating when he bans genuine nonsense, like things that didn't need to be moderated. Like, they could have been timed out or whatever. But then when it comes to stuff that's like that he should be banning people for, if it's really a big problem, then that's fine, because that's actually doing something that is detrimental. Like, this is like the aspect of chat moderation DSP doesn't want to do, where you have to like kind of engage with the chat and see what's going on, and then determine, okay, these people are constantly talking about Chef Sakai being in another person's chat. Like, look, if he's just in another person's chat giving them money and saying that I'm an idiot, okay, like, what am I gonna do about it? That's what he wants to do. Whatever. I don't care. And then if they keep going, like, he could time them out, or he could just ban them, because it's really disruptive, right? If it's something menial like that. Correct? Get it?
I'm kicking ass. I'm literally spanking people up, down, left, and right. Grandmaster ranking. Oh, do you hear what Chef Sakai is doing right now? He's over in the chat, and he's doing this, and he's doing that. All right? So it's this simple.
I do also recall during that Marvel stream, he said, "You're advertising another streamer," and I guess that's how they're advertising another streamer. Chef Sakai's over there. I mean, which is insane when he goes to Kino Casino's chat to advertise him doing a politics channel. Like, he does that too. Again, literally, DSP is everything he says that he hates. Literally. Like, it's kind of fascinating.
There's something that I've learned, okay, in the last couple of years.
What did he learn?
And here's what I've learned. My actions.
We're gonna get learned, okay, guys. He's teaching us right now.
Don't just affect me.
Okay.
My actions.
What does this have to do?
Around
again, the drama here is that Chef Sakai was in another person's stream chat, like, vibing and, like, shitting on Phil or whatever. The DSP is trying to make the case that Chef Sakai should have the same responsibility that DSP has in terms of how he conducts himself. I mean, to a degree, he is right in thinking like that, in a sense, right? Like, if you're gonna do something online, you gotta, like, be courteous to, like, what you're putting out there. You know, you don't know who's gonna be on the other side of the computer screen, basically. But again, the reason why Chef Sakai is like has gotten so many people to watch him is because he has said nonsense for months, and it's ridiculous. But let's hear him go.
Because I'm a public figure on the internet. Okay?
Right.
So I know that if I decide to talk about a certain topic, or I decide to play a certain game, or I decide to criticize something, or I decide to have an interview, or to appear in a piece of content, no matter what it is, DSP has an influence on things all over the internet. Despite the fact that I don't want to, and
This is bullshit. This is so fake. This guy recently was crying when he was exposing a Twitter scam, how he wished he had the same scoop he did when he was white hot popular. But since the trolls took away his power, he can't help people from avoiding scams. But now he's like, I don't want influence. It's so funny. He only wants it when there's something positive to be gained. But when there's a negative aspect to getting influence, now he doesn't want it. Like, which is it? Like, come on now, dog.
I don't understand it. I really don't get it. Okay, but I just do, right? Like,
Right?
no matter what I do, it seems like everyone's talking about it, and everyone follows me around, and everyone stalks every little thing that I do, right? I mean, just a couple days ago, I had a capture card malfunction. Okay, it screen grabbed my Discord, which auto boots when I boot my gaming PC.
Dude,
And
this
let me
is
tell you,
insane.
since that happened, I've now disabled Discord from auto booting on my gaming PC, so that won't happen again. All right. But literally all it did was show people on my contacts list. That was it. That's all it was. It was no conversations. It was no information.
This
It
is
was just, here's
so
people on Phil's contacts list.
ridiculous.
People talk, oh my God, did you see?
Look at this. Look at this. Compare this to when he was watching that Rich clip and Rich showed his Discord. It is complete night and day. And the kicker is all Rich showed, at least from what I'm to get to understand, was just the servers he's in. That's all he showed. He didn't show anything super sensitive, unless like all those like servers are like secret servers we're not supposed to know about. But like those are all servers he's in. I mean, you could find that information anyways. What DSP showed was a little bit more personal in just pure comparison. Like they both are harmless in the grand scheme of things, uh but when you compare them, DSP is more sensitive because he showed the context that were talking to him. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean DSP reached out to them necessarily. It could be just simply them reaching out to DSP, like Becky Boop. The reason why they brought up Becky Boop was obvious. She's Rich's ex-girlfriend. She's a host of Lolcow Queens. Like, of course people are gonna talk about it, but the other reason why people were talking about it was because Becky brought it up as well. Becky said that she wanted DSP on the show. So of course, people are gonna talk about it. And she's sitting there, oh my god. And DSP is sitting there, acting as if like this is out of nowhere. I mean, I mean, you could argue that he instigated Becky to say I want him on my show, but still, like he showed the DMs. Now we don't know what she said in his DMs or what he said, if he said anything at all. But that is far more like information to chew on than what Rich showed. Just again, pure comparison. The highlight of Rich being on Discord during that was not the servers that he was in. It was the fact that he kept getting kicked out and all that shit. Like that's why people were talking about it. Not that, oh, look at the servers he's in. Meanwhile, when DSP showed it, it was like, guys, look who he was talking to. He's talking to Becky Boop.
See, he's got this person on his contacts. Do you think that this is gonna happen? What the fuck is wrong with people, right? And the thing is, I have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I have to. It's crazy, but it's just a fact. All right, it's an inevitability now that no matter what I say and do, no matter what happens, I'm stalked and people microanalyze every piece of information possible. All right.
Well, it's not really
now.
Like,
let's be very.
I wouldn't say it's microanalyzing to talk about the people who DSP reached out to on Discord, right? Like, it didn't take a team of scientists to see, dude, he talked to Becky, or that Becky talked to him.
Very honest here, okay? Let's be very honest.
Let's be honest.
Continuing on with that, people who are going to come on my streams and be regulars, meaning you're someone who's in the chat all the time and people recognize your name. People who come and support in big ways, right? You're dropping member bombs, you're dropping sub bombs, you're tipping, you're super chatting, which I appreciate and very much allows me to do what I love for a living and keep doing it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
But you have to understand that now you are going to become the subject of focus, the subject of analyzation, the subject of ridicule, and the subject of
we've talked about this multiple times. To the point where at this point, DSP fans don't even listen to DSP. Honestly, right? But the thing is, Iron Chef Sakai has been a cuck for months. I don't even know how this is a surprise to anyone. People were shitting on him even before the initial time he left. It just happened when he left. The whole audience started shitting on him, and DSP joined in on that. This is what I was saying back when he first left, was that if he ever comes back, it won't be the same, and it's gonna be worse for Iron Cook Sakai because he'll just be known as a cuck at that point. And look what's going on now. So it's ridiculous to tell Iron Cook Sakai, you're gonna be a subject of ridicule. Dude, it's how he conducted himself. Look at all the people that contributed to DSP over the years. Jax Raxer. All Jax has ever done is give DSP $25 every week and said, Phil, I love your content. I'm silver ranked with Lily, or whatever the fuck whatever character he plays as. Or I love fighting games. I don't know, whatever. That's the most Jax does. That's why when some supporters do get doxxed, there are people who don't support it, and they don't like that because these aren't people who just genuinely like the content. Versus you have people like Iron Chef Sakai who makes it about him and is obnoxious about being a big supporter. Jax Raxer, for the most part, at least from what I am to remember, is only focused on fighting games and watching DSP play fighting games, and that's it. That's it. And all these other supporters, he has all these other supporters, and the most that they get at this point is, wow, this guy loves Phil's content, man, or whatever. But the reason why Iron Chef Sakai specifically gets bodied is because he made his bed and he's forced to sleep in it because he's there during the Medicare documentary, cries and bitches at DSP about it. DSP demods him and bans him because he didn't do his job as moderator and he was being a bitch. Then Iron Chef Sakai did a stream where he said a lot of dumb shit, I'm lonely and I have no friends, or whatever the fuck he said, and said all this other shit. Obviously, trolls are not gonna give a fuck, and they're gonna troll him more. And then after that, he goes back to DSP, gives him thousands of dollars to go back, and then after that says, Phil, let me be mod, come on, man. And this guy does behind the scenes negotiations to get modship again, which is so pathetic. Iron Chef Sakai has brought that to himself. To a point, there's only so much that you can give someone until it's okay, man, look, you're just doing it to yourself at this point. So come on.
Stalking. Simply because these people are all over my ass. If you become a part of that in a big way, they're gonna be on your ass. All right? And this is just something that I think needs to be discussed at this point. Is it right? No, it's not. I completely disagree with it. I don't think that just because someone comes on my stream and is nice to me, that they should then be micro-analyzed and put under the microscope and have every aspect of their life stalked. And you know what I'm saying?
Well, no one deserves that. I mean, I don't think people should be agreeing with that notion. Sure, but again, Iron Chef Sakai is one of these one of the few that have triggered people's curiosity of just how they act, right? Again, at some point, you gotta just realize maybe what all Iron Chef Sakai needed after the DSP meltdown the first time was to just back off from the internet, find something else, to do with your time. Because, like, again, when you do a stream, right, and you're just like, guys, I'm lonely and like this and that, and you say stuff like that, uh, you're not gonna have like maybe you have a problem, right? And you should do stuff to like fix that, not just say, well, I'm lonely, love me now. Like, it's not how it works. Like, come on.
I think it's bullshit. But sadly, I don't think the internet is going to change
But
anytime.
but this is also like slightly different. Like, just saying, hey, Iron Chef Sakai went to another streamer's chat and said this and that or whatever. Like, that's one thing. I mean, it's a slippery slope, I guess you could say, because it may go. Some people might take it too far from after that. Sure, but again, like sometimes you just have to realize, hey, you may need to like take a break from the internet, right?
Time soon. Okay?
Okay.
I don't. I think that the internet is going to be a situation where people are going to continuously do this and get worse and worse as well. All right, it's just going to get worse over time. You know, people got to understand that if you come and you hang out with me, great. But the moment that you start to put yourself out there, right? People will be following you and looking. I always say you got to be careful about the information that you put out there on the internet. If you're going to be in someone's chat room,
But this is
you got to make sure that
okay.
that
Like,
account
honestly, this has nothing to do with that though, because Iron Chef Sakai was just in another kick chat. Like, it wasn't like Phil, Iron Chef Sakai, like he did this thing IRL. Look, like that's not what people are talking about. They this is all over. People saying, hey, he gave this other streamer money and and linked her to detractor videos. Like, that's completely different from going far beyond a reasonable way, right, or whatever.
account that you're using in the chat does not directly link to real life information. Don't be having it be the same name as your Facebook or your Instagram, and that has information about you and your geolocation and all of your friends and family. So many people over the years just
It's so funny that he has these little rants, but he got caught with WWE champions like day one on Fight, and he kept trying to say it wasn't me and this and that. There's literally Discord things where it's like it blows my mind, honestly, that he types exactly the same as he talks, like to a T. It's so insane. Like usually I feel like you need like more than one person to just like kind of like deduce mannerisms in text, in my opinion. But people were just looked at one like Discord leak. It was like, yep, that's him. That's the guy. Like, for a lot of people, when WWE Champions was like brand new, that was the smoking gun for a lot of people. Like, no one was budging on it. It's like, dude, look at the fucking Discord. Look how he's talking. It's him. There's no way. Like, no way at all. Like, even as much as like I do an impersonation on DSP, as much as I do it, like even there's even stuff I don't do enough of to be one to one with him, and I'm kind of glad about that, because there are times where it's like I'm afraid that like when you do a character long enough, you may become the character. I don't want that to happen, man.
just didn't realize that that information could be used and mobilized to hurt. And then later on, they get stalked or attacked, and they're like, what's going on? I can't even believe that this is happening to me. Well, yeah, these people are no-life losers. They have nothing to do but harass people online to try to get attention. A lot of times, the reason they do it is not because of any end game. Like, for example, they've stalked people in my community, and like, well, what do they do that for? I don't know, because it doesn't affect me. I'm literally not affected by it. As you can
Okay,
see,
like
16
to a degree, the reason why people like look into his community, for better or for worse, I guess, is literally because his chat is so fucking weird, man. Like, every time that people find a new like fan of DSP, it's like weird shit. Like, Darziak is like the king of weirdness. Like, I didn't even know. I did not even know begging was a fetish. Like, I thought that was like a joke, Like I might have said that years ago as a joke, not knowing it's an actual thing for people. Darziak like woke me up to realize there are people out there who has a fetish of begging. Like I don't know, man. That's so weird.
16 years and going, I'm not going anywhere, right? But these people think that like attacking and stalking someone gives them some kind of power. They get this crazy like power trip over it. Oh, I actually harassed someone, I stalked them, and I got them to respond. Because that ultimately is what they're looking for. They want a response. And if
Yeah, they
you
want
give them any
it's
kind of a response, they now
Are you gonna
feel
boohoo? Or
like
you gonna
they've been
yeehaw?
justified in their actions because they got what they were looking for. Do you see?
So what is this? So people went to his chat during the Marvel stream and highlighted the fact that Chef Sakai was in another chat. And DSP thinks they're doing that to get Chef Sakai to get a rise out of him. No. Because Cook Sakai knew he was there. Like it wasn't gonna like do much. They're saying to get a rise out of DSP. That's why they were doing it. Like, there is a very fundamental difference between trying to get a rise out of Chef Sakai and getting a rise out of Phil. Like, that's why they're doing it, man. Come on.
Do you see what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
So the truth here is no one can really control the nature of the internet, content creation, online social interactions, and stalking. You know, it's sick. It's scary to think about, but it's just something we all got to deal with now. All right. But I got to ask that if you are someone who's putting this public, forward, you're on a stream, you're a contributor, or whatever, you've got to be careful about what you do, because the moment that you step outside of that zone of normalcy and you do something else that maybe someone would be like, oh, that's not normal, they're going to freak out about it and they're going to completely blow it up. They're going to just talk about it publicly all the time. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can try to hide. You can try to change your name. And people have tried that. Oh, I'll change it, my account, and I'll do this and that.
This is what's insane. Again, like, this is, like, I can understand that people want to, like, support their favorite streamer, whatever. But, like, I've never seen an individual drop, like, thousands to anyone. Like, even like when Mega 64 had that thing last year where they were talking about like how they didn't know if they were going to be able to like keep the lights on or whatever. Even then, it was this individual like dropping like $100, $200, like just hundreds on to help them. I didn't see an individual like, all right, $20,000, $6,000. I didn't see an individual do that. Even and they have a whole like group. They have like all this stuff that would require money to run, versus this guy who streams in a bedroom. But like he doesn't think that's a little weird. Like I just don't I never understand how people can drop that much money without like thinking about it. Like, dude, like I could buy something that's like $50 and I will like I'll be stressed out about it. It's like, oh shit, can I make that money back? Oh fuck. Like I wait until I know for sure I want something before I even buy it. But this guy he finds all these people that just part with their money with no care. No care. Like, if you told me that I was gonna spend like $3,000 or $6,000 in 2 days, I would assume my bank was hacked.
These stalkers are going to find out anyway. All right. So here's the deal. Chef Sakai, big supporter of mine, right? Wants to become a moderator. I make him a moderator on Kick. He's a moderator on Kick for like a month.
I said this for years. You don't moderate people who give you money, because you don't know if these people who are supporting you are like genuine. I mean, a lot of them probably are, to be honest. But like, when people drop like a lot of money, you don't know what kind of person that person is. You don't know if they have good intentions or they're doing it for attention. Because if you mod someone and they happen to be, an attention-seeking person like Chef Sakai, you're not gonna have a good mod. Like, that's why you moderate people who have been around your chat. Like, to a degree. I mean, I could assume like let's say that we didn't know much about Jade. Let's say we didn't know much about Jade. Jade would probably, on paper, seem like a decent mod because he shows up in chat. He's a nice guy. Like, there's nothing like awful about Jade as a person or anything. Like, that would have been a good mod. People like that. Like, but he mods these like whales, and it's like a crapshoot because this guy is a bad judge of character. Because deep down, I think he's still kind of like off center after the Marl situation, and that he never recovered from that because he like modded like John the Cuck, what's the Chancla guy, like all these weird people. Like there's even a point where I'm starting to pick up a new meta to his mod chips pattern. He mods a known whale, and then with that whale, he finds a random dude to mod them as well. So that way, it's like you can't say he mods whales. So it'll be like, let's say a new whale shows up, Billy the Whale, and then Billy the Whale becomes mod. He will then mod like Jeremiah as a mod as well, who you've never seen before. DSP never says hello to Jeremiah ever, ever, ever. But Jeremiah's a mod now. Like that's kind of like what's going on here.
All of a sudden, he starts being really pissy toward me and doing a lot of negative, toxic stuff towards me. So I told him, I don't know what gives. Like, what's your problem? He freaks out. He starts saying all this negative stuff. So I remove him as a moderator. Then he went on his channel and he had a whole negative stream about me, right? This is months ago.
He kind of forgot that he demodded him and banned him. Then he went on stream to cry about it.
So after that, I'm like, well, forget it. He can't come back with this guy's being a jerk or whatever. Well, he comes back, he apologizes, right?
Another thing that he revised, right? He comes back in the YouTube chat, and then DSP shames Iron Chef Sakai again to give him more money to earn his trust back, to then be unbanned in Kick Chat. Now we're gonna get to the Lego segment after this. So just keep that little piece of information in mind, that he only banned him on Kick, and he didn't ban his YouTube account. So he showed up on YouTube one night, and DSP kept like, I don't know if I can trust you, man. I'm not gonna trust your tips, man. I don't know, man. And then like Iron Chef Sakai dropped so many YouTube support. He still didn't know at that time. Like within a week, he was back on Kick. So like and it really got to the point. People were theorizing that it was all a charade. That DSP and Iron Chef Sakai orchestrated drama to get attention, basically. It was really weird, and part of me is like, I don't know. DSP has done this to so many people in the past. Like, it's not really like surprising that this has happened either. And DSP has always had these people that are very like, that will always crawl back to the pig pen. It's really to the point where he's gonna come back after all of this. Obviously, there's no way he can't.
Right? He says, I'm sorry, I was having a really bad time. I'd like to come back, be a part of the community again. Fine. All right. He apologized or whatever. He's coming back. So he comes back, and now it's been a couple of months since then. And he's been a huge supporter of the streams, and everyone knows this. It's popping up on the screen constantly. He's dropping subs. He's tipping. He's doing super chats, right? Great. But you got to understand that the moment that you leave, and you go somewhere else and you start acting in any way, people look and see it, and they're going to be talking about it constantly, and it's going to rub off on everyone, not just you. It's going to rub off on everyone around you. So here I am for the last 2 days just trying to do my normal streams, and you got these drama queen sissy girls, because that's all they are. They act like sissy girl schoolyard.
He is like quadrupling down on calling people sissy girls. That part of me thinks it's because he's playing Lost Records. I think that's what like rejuvenated sissy girls to him, because that game has a lot of girls in it. So you know how DSP feels about that.
Hard gossipers, right? Did you see what the ICS is doing? You see what he's doing over there? What he said is good, and he's throwing money at the E-Dot, and she's twerking and doing squats, and he shows her more money, and then he says something nasty about Darkside Phil.
But he's being nasty to this other person that's like random, right? Like whatever.
To get a rise, and they say, the truth is, I don't give two fucks about any of it. all right? In truth, and this has always been my philosophy, and people give me shit for having this philosophy. My philosophy is thus. I'm a content creator, and my limits of what I care about or what I should be responsible for is literally what's in front of me right now. I'm looking at 2 chat rooms on my
Remember
streams.
when you said that two
That's
chess
it.
was too hard?
What you do outside of my chat should
Now
be
it's like easy.
absolutely none of my
Think about
business
that.
whatsoever. Do you understand? Now, the thing
Okay.
is, I've been taken to task for this. I've been told, well, that's not true. Because what if you know that someone who's a viewer of yours is a mass murderer?
This is very different and situational. Like, I would say you should take these things case by case. Obviously, like, obviously. But when it comes to like a random viewer, yeah, you shouldn't care what they do in another person's chat or whatever. That's like one thing. But when people say, "Hey, this person is like a sex pest. He's been harassing people," like he's gonna bring up Derek. Derek, like even before all what we know now about Derek, Derek had red flags back then because he stole his mom's credit card for starters. Like, I mean, who does that? That's number one. Number two, he was DMing people on Twitch, begging them to like cheer for him to ask DSP a question. And then he would spam chat. He would not talk to anyone else in DSP's chat except for DSP and would spam his chat. These were things that would have gotten anyone else banned in any other community. In any other community. But DSP kept him around because he wasn't being outwardly mean to him. But he was not like, he had a no spam rule in his chat. Derek broke that rule immediately day one. Still kept him around. You could argue him DMing people is harassment because it's unsolicited. It wasn't like Derek was DMing them saying, "Hey, what's your favorite color?" He was DMing them, pestering them to give DSP money to ask a question for him. Like that's the kind of person Derek was, and it just got worse and worse and worse to the point where people started realizing, hey, this guy is a little weird, and they found a lot of questionable things about Derek to the point where it's like, okay, this guy needs to be banned. I mean, this guy is like, he has a very sus playlist. It's very dangerous to keep this guy in a community. Whatever. I mean, again, he went to people's DMs on Twitch when they had him. So it's like, and people brought that up to him, both in a stream chat and in email and all of this. Again, the context of policing someone for watching another streamer is very different from a person that behaves in questionable ways that would be seen negatively by anyone else. Like, that's it. Like, I said this before, if day one when Derek first entered his chat and was spamming and DZ banned him, none of this would have happened. But since DSP like didn't care about him spamming, didn't care about him DMing people, and all this, it created a monster. And to the point where like, when people were telling about Iron Chef Sakai, he was more willing to ban people for saying Iron Chef Sakai is in Lexi's chat, Phil, and this and that. He was more willing to ban that. Well, no, I got that backwards. He was hesitant to ban it. Like, he would just be yelling, and then he would, to the point where then he would start banning, like, and this and that. Like, he would say that's annoying. But with Derek, anyone in his chat that would bring it up would be instantly banned. I mean, these are very different situations between the two. Like, come on.
What if you know that they're a sexual predator? What if you know that they're a drug dealer? What if you know that they're a pedophile? What if you know that they're this or that? Well, first of all, how would I know that? I'm literally a streamer.
Okay, but people brought it up, and like, there's ways he could have verified this. I mean, come on. There's ways you can see if what the evidence is shown to you is real or not. But again, like, there's other reasons that Derek could have been banned in the first place, but he never acted on that on a basic level. And this also throws under the bus all these things he said with Keto Casino, all these other people, like, oh, I would if I knew, man.
I stream every day and I do a podcast and I play games. How would I ever know at all what the people are doing when they're not on my streams, and why did it become my responsibility at some point to stalk every viewer that I have to know that shit?
He doesn't have to act on it. Like all these people, like Tolo, all these people brought it up to him, saying it's not that you need to like see what everyone else is doing, but if people come up to you and say, "Hey, look at this," or whatever, he could at least read it and then like make a judgment. Like this is exactly like the thing with Vidar Viking back in the days when he had that beef with Kiwi Farms, where they were trying to get DSP to pick a side and he refused to do it, and all this other stuff. Then ended on telling Vidar, "Look, man, I just said that to get it over with. You just have to like say things or whatever the fuck." It was a non-answer, and it ended with the point where everyone at Kiwi Farms was like, "Okay, yeah, there's no point," and like arguing with this guy because it's just gonna go nowhere because this he's not very good with confrontation. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's hard, right? But he runs a stream. He has a stream chat. Like to some degree, he has to like read the stuff that his chat comes forward with, and he has to make judgments on his own. He can't just sit there and ignore it. Like you can only ignore some things. Again, this is all case by case. You have to like look at what people are telling you, and sometimes like if it may not be enough, it may not be enough. Like come on.
I really don't get it. I still don't. To this day, I don't understand it. Okay? I don't get it. And so, let's be honest, the elephant in the room, the Derek thing, where for years,
Oh,
Derek was on my
you
streams
said
and
it.
he was a nice guy. He was
A nice
always
guy.
adding to the conversation. He chimed in on certain topics where he got excited. He was a frequent
I always, every time DSP brings up a nice guy, I think of that Frank video. I think it's called like, Nice Guy. That summarizes DSP and his community perfectly. That's all I'll say. Go watch it.
viewer. He never supported. He literally never dropped a dollar on my streams.
Like one time when he sold his mom's credit card.
But he was just a nice guy in chat. All right? But people stalked him.
People brought up to him, like, I don't know if they ever told him that Derek was DMing people to ask DSP questions for him. But he did do that, and that could be like seen negatively because it's not like that. Because it's very clear when Derek was doing that, he didn't give a fuck who he was talking to. Just as long as he had a wallet and willing to throw money away, Derek is gonna be in that DM to get you to give DSP money to ask a question. That's what happened. I don't know if DSP was ever made aware of this, but he did it to so many people back in the day. Like come on.
Him. In his other accounts, they went to his social media, they went to his YouTube page, and they said, "Did you see that he's a sex pest, that he goes after people in the sex worker industry and he harasses them, and he had to massively apologize publicly for stalking them and saying creepy stuff?"
The dude is a creep. He's a weirdo. Like, people are bringing up, he's like, look, we don't want this guy in our community because who knows who else he converses with, correct? Like, come on.
Stuff. Did you see he has playlists on his YouTube channel of small girls and shit? I'm like, no.
Small
No,
girls.
I didn't see that.
I love that that DSP keeps calling children small children. Small girls. Like, as opposed to what? Big children? When will DSP point and say, "What? Look at the big child. That's a very big child. Medium child." Like, what is the small children, small girls, mid girls, big girls?
You want to know why? Because I don't stalk my viewers. I don't want to. I don't care to.
But again, people brought it up to him. Like, if he didn't like accept the stuff that they sent him directly, that's one thing. That's one conversation. But people showed him all the stuff about Derek and said, like, look, this guy, he's bad news. And he was like, well, it's not real. Like, I mean, did he even, like, look into it? Like, yeah, you shouldn't care what other people do in their spare time. But at the same time, if your chat has a problem with a community member, you have to, like, think about what is there and either mediate or do whatever decision. Derek had no friends in his chat. Literally. No one talked to him. He talked to nobody. So the only person that it hurt was DSP. That was his only friend he made in that little community. He had no one else. The only time I've ever seen anyone bring up Derek is to fucking be ironic about it. So for him to keep Derek around for so long when his community was screaming to get rid of him, like, come on.
It's not my job to. That is ridiculous, in my opinion, that you would go the extra mile to look into someone. I'm one person. Can you imagine if I was responsible to literally look into every person who watches my content? When would I make content?
You don't have to look
Right?
at him like whatever.
So that's
okay.
always been my philosophy. But hey, people have taken me to task for it and told me I'm wrong. That's the wrong philosophy to have. That if you're actively told that someone is doing something bad, that you've got to look into it and you're responsible for it.
This is kind of silly when there are so many instances where someone else in chat says, Phil, this guy said this. Can you ban him? Okay, I'll ban him. In the past, he has done that in the past. But now it's asking too much when it comes to like this kind of thing, right? Like come on. Like I just love that DSP says no harassment and all this stuff. People brought up to him that Kirk, I don't know what his new SOG account is now, but they keep highlighting him, saying, dude, he's being racist. Can you ban him? And he refuses to ban him. He would tell him to make a new name and come back and all this other stuff, but he never learns. He keeps being a racist. And DSP doesn't do anything. Like, come on.
For it. Well, guess what? Fuck that. Okay, I'm gonna lay down the law right now. That's fucking unfair. I don't care what Ptolomeo says. I don't care what Kino Casino says.
Again, it's all situations. He could have argued, at the very least, like, look, I can't be responsible for this. I should have known, I guess, or I should have acted, but I didn't think it was gonna be, a big deal, or that it was ban worthy because of X, Y, and Z. But he didn't even address it or think about it in any level. He just shot it down immediately and said, no, no, no. But these are all like situational. Like, no one is saying that these people should investigate every single viewer individually to see what they're into. But if someone brings up, hey, this guy is a problem, he has to at least like acknowledge it, because again, it reflects on the community.
It's unfair. You can't expect a creator to fucking investigate and stalk their viewers, period. I disagree with it, all right? Now, if somehow other people do the work and figure it out and come to me with evidence.
That is what happened with Derek. And this is the thing that's insane. He said that, oh, it's, fuck Casino, fuck Toll, I don't care what they said, it's fucked up. But what he says now is what they told him. That is so this dude is literally stealing what the advice that Tolo gave him and said it was his idea. No. This is what everyone's been telling you to do, DSP, to ban people based on like what people have shown you. Like this dude is so lost in the sauce.
Evidence and say, no, there is concrete evidence of what's being said here, and you should take action.
The only thing that it falls short of, like, he needs like an actual conviction, an honest to God conviction, I guess. I guess that's what he's talking about when he says this. Like, you need to have like a proof, like the police has to be involved for DSP to be like, yes, okay, I get it.
Then maybe I will. But I'm not going to go after people like that. Do you understand? And so in this case here, we've got Iron Chef Sakai, who apparently is going off and doing things the last 24, 48 hours. Okay. I don't know.
Imagine if Derek got unbanned. Imagine what would happen.
If it's true or not.
Or what if he never did get banned?
I didn't look at chat logs. I didn't watch stream archives.
You know what would be really fucked up is if like DSP just emailed Derek, like, Derek, just lay low. Don't come to streams for a while. I'll send you an email when it's okay. And he never banned him. He just did that, and then one day randomly, inexplicably, Derek shows up in chat and says, "Hey, Phil." Imagine.
I also don't care to. I don't care about a fucking ethot on Kick who's fucking doing squats for money. Okay, I don't. I don't. I don't give a shit.
Why did she
I
get
don't care if she
thought?
talks shit about me because apparently I'm being told she did. That people made fun of me. Say, oh, did you know that there's an e-beggar named Darkside Phil? Oh, so embarrassed. He's in his 40s and he e-begs. You're fucking squatting on camera for money, you dumb shit. You fucking slut.
Dude, you showed us your underwear. DSP showed us his underwear and wanted to get paid to do push-ups. Another form of workout, aka squats. But the thing that is insane is that when anyone else were to say like, oh, whatever, like that, they didn't know, like, see, the trolls like would say this and then like the other person would believe bullshit. It's fucked up. They do that to this girl and he says, yeah, she made fun of me, fuck her. Oh man.
The fuck are you talking about?
And again, he was told worse by Kino Casino, and he said that's just razzing. But her saying, well, he begs and he's 40, wow. That is like a bridge too far.
You're the one who's doing the embarrassing.
And apparently it's slutty if you do squats. So I guess everyone that goes to the gym and they work out and they do stretches, you're all sluts. So shouts out to the sluts out there.
Acts. I'm literally sitting here putting out content.
How is okay? So what is more embarrassing? Someone that gets a sub and then does a squat in celebration, or someone that said, guys, I would love to do DSP tries it, Taco Bell Big Mac, but like we need to hit the goal. If we don't hit the goal, guys, I have to tell Cats to cook dinner. Otherwise we're not gonna have dinner tonight, guys. Like, let's hit the goal. We want food. Let us eat. Give us money for food. What is more embarrassing? Let us eat.
You understand? You're squatting on camera for money. But anyway, I'm supposed to be the villain in this situation, right? But anyway, so in regards to all of this, I don't give a shit about any of it. I really, really don't. All right? So you could go do whatever you want, but understand, when you're doing what you want to do,
whatever you want.
People are going to stalk you. People are going to regurgitate that. They're going to spin it. They're going to say negative shit. Do you understand? They are. And there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm not going to take any action today because I don't think it's my job to do that. All right? But to be honest, at the same time, it is fucking annoying as shit.
Shit.
And I don't want to sit here having to try to manage my chat with a bunch of people acting like fucking, like I said, sissy gossip girls.
So
it pisses me off. I got better things to fucking do than waste my time on all this bullshit. Like this, okay, I really do.
The stuff that they are bringing up about Chef Sakai is not like bad or problematic. It was just, hey, he's giving money to someone else. Like this is like the definition of like a non-issue, and for DSP to have this kind of rant over it is an overreaction.
So at some point I gotta lay down the law, right?
Yeah, lay down the
so I'm just being honest here. Please be conscious of what you're doing, especially if you're someone who has the eye of my detractors and other people stalking you constantly. You've got to be conscious that what you're doing is going to be analyzed and you're going to freaking be putting this shit all over the internet. All right? And people are going to be talking about it. Okay?
Okay.
So that's that. Now, at the same time, do you understand? I hope everyone understands why I would be apprehensive of giving moderator status back to someone like Iron Chef Sakai. You get it?
This is insane. When he got welcome back to the community, DSP openly told us when Iron Chef Sakai was conveniently not around, well, I don't know if I can mod him because like we don't really trust him, right? Like the community would not like that or whatever. Like he said that it was because it was awkward. Again, look how he exited the community the first time. You can't come back from that. Like, it would have made more sense for Iron Chef Sakai to just move on. But he insisted to come back. And all that happened was people just kept dogging on him for months and months and months after that. Like, you can't come back from that. I'm sorry. Even if he comes back after what happened now, he's still gonna be a cunt to people. Like, this is ridiculous.
Because the entire internet's eyes are on this fucking guy now. So everything he does is going to be microanalyzed. Now imagine if I made him a moderator again and how that would blow up and how that would basically backfire. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm just at this point, that's why. And I think everyone understands that too. Like, I don't think anyone is going to sit here and be like, oh, I don't get that. No, I think everyone gets it. But I want people to also
I
understand
like
it's
that
not like I'm trying
he
to be a.
puts it on, like, he won't mod Iron Chef Sakai because, he does, then people are going to talk about what he does and this and that. Not the fact that the relations that his chat have with Iron Chef Sakai is, like, bullshit. Like, no one would take him seriously as a moderator. Like, come on.
Be a jerk. I understand Iron Chef Sakai is a huge supporter of my content, and I appreciate that. But you got to get that this is the problem. That was what happens when those things get to this level. Like, all he did was go to another stream, right, for a day and throw money at someone and immediately, oh my God, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh my God. How about this? Everyone shut the fuck up. Right? I don't have time for your bullshit. I have many important things to do, positive things. I don't want to waste time on any of this nonsense. It really pisses me off.
Oh, Dummy
It
Koala
does.
wants to be a
Okay?
mod.
So,
Oh, wow.
let's all calm down. Let's all relax.
Wow, guys.
Let's all chill.
I'm telling you. Dumpy Koala now wants to be a mod. Guess what? He's gonna be a mod. Dumpy Koala's gonna be a mod. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. Just you
Let's have
wait.
a good time today. Today's a very chill day. Really, it is. It's a relaxing day. All right? And I'm not going to now have this be ruined by drama. All right? I'm saying it up front right now. If people start drama, I'm just going to fucking remove you. And that's going to be the end of the drama.
But this has happened so many times.
Okay?
Like, this has
I've had
happened
enough.
so many times.
You get to your limits. It's like, well, I had one day of it. That's enough for me. I was trying to have fun with multiplayer yesterday, and half the day they're talking about Iron Chef Sakai in my chat. He's not even there. I don't care. And if you bring it up, you're gone. And I won't miss you.
Iron Chef, ban, ban,
Really,
ban.
I won't. Like, why would I? I'm trying to make content that's positive and fun. I don't want to talk about drama and gossip and bullshit. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. Okay?
Ridiculous.
So, that being said, let's get some support on today's stream. Let's get some super chat.
End on this. So let's go to the Lego incident, as I like to call it.
By the way, Iron Chef Sakai is banned and he's never coming back. He can go fuck himself.
I love exactly how there was nothing going on.
Well, they do, huh?
Like, what was the last thing Iron Chef said? Can you send this over to Let's Stream after this, please?
Okay. Scrolling up, they have a Mando build? They do, huh?
Was there anything else he said? I didn't pay attention to the stream chat.
By the way, Iron Chef Sakai is banned and he's never coming back. He can go fuck himself. I've had enough of his simp bullshit. Really,
simp bullshit. All because he said, "Can you send us to Lexi's stream?" Is that banned? Like I wonder if he asked, "Can we go to Kino Casino?" Well, no, they're not streaming. I forgot.
He's fucking coming in here being toxic all day. He came in here this morning. I tried to defend him, and then all he does is he's toxic.
Look at this bullshit. He only defended Iron Chef Sakai to, like, look like a nice guy. And then he goes around and says, "See, I was nice to him and he was being a bitch. See, guys, I'm a nice guy." Oh, man. Like, dude, this is what I was saying when he first banned him. He should not have let him back. But notice, he banned his Kick account. Guess what account isn't banned? His YouTube account. So guess who can come back? Iron Chef Sakai. He'll come back gifting memberships and super chats, and then DSP will probably let him back in, and we'll have a whole other cycle of Iron Chef Sakai nonsense, which is very, very, very bad in terms of community. Because what does that really mean for anyone, right? Like, dude, he's acting surprised that Iron Chef Sakai was, like, a piece of shit. Dude, he bitched about you doing a react stream. You said to him you were doing in advance. You ban him, and like we're like, wow, this guy is crazy, and then chat on him, and then like you only looked him back because he gave you enough money. Like, think about it.
All fucking day. The entire stream tonight, he's fucking, oh, the other person is doing it better and their stream is better, then you can stay over there. And don't fucking come back, bitch.
Oh, okay, but that's just a statement. See, I wonder if it was just like, if it wasn't Lexi, let's say that he was like, oh, this other streamer, Sally, she's doing the same Lego set. She's doing pretty good. She's playing like video game music or whatever. Like, you know what? Okay, this is what I was thinking last night. This was in the back of my head. He was like, oh, I can't play music because it'll get claimed, this and that, right? Why can't he play Street Fighter 6 music or whatever the fuck? He uploads fucking Street Fighter 6 matches. He has Street Fighter 6 matches with the original soundtrack. Why not play Mano's theme as you're playing with Legos? But I think it's gonna have the nonsense of like, well, it's because like, see, I'm playing the game, so of course they're gonna let me make money on it. I'm not playing Street Fighter 6, so they just see me playing Legos and playing the music. They're gonna hate it. But it's like, how would they do that, right? He did the Night Rain demo, when he wasn't sure if he was gonna get banned or not. So why was he more willing to take the risk for the Elden Ring Night Rain network test, but he is terrified of having any music play and fears of just getting claimed. Not even like struck or removed or whatever, just claimed.
Really, this time, don't come crawling back on your hands and knees like you did last time to try to get in my good graces and try to get the sword.
He enjoyed that. He saw Iron Sakai like on his hands and knees, and he was just like, he has that face that you have when you have like you're at, like at the Christmas tree, you see a giant present, and you're like, I know what this is, and you're like very happy. That's what DSP saw when he saw Iron Sakai like begging to come back. Like, oh yeah, hell yeah, he's begging, hell yeah, because he loves it. He said even in his own Discord like years ago that was the whole point of banning people, so that they could come back apologizing. That's the point, or whatever.
Sword and try to get on the Discord. You're getting on nothing. Nothing.
Getting on nothing.
What you're doing is you can go lick their asses forever because you think they love you, and you can go fuck yourself.
I love that he insinuates that just, it's obvious misogyny, obviously, that just because she's a woman who streams, she instantly wants to play into people's thirst for relationships or whatever the fuck, when that's not even the case. Like, how, like, I just love that a girl can stream and DSP will assume that they're just a hostess club. That's what they are. If they want a game, they're lying. They're there to like be a hostess club to you. Like, that is very narrow thinking. When meanwhile you have DSP who tells us, "Hello, my friends. We have a meaningful relationship. We're so robust and intellectual. Get it? We reciprocate each other. That is a normal stream and stream viewer relationship. Meanwhile, if you watch Lexi or just any woman on Twitch, you're clearly there to get your dick sucked, right? But not DSP, who says that that we're just reciprocating. We are friends. Well, no, he didn't say that we're friends, but they reciprocate. We have a relationship. It's so bizarre. There's all these bizarre rants from him. So it's so funny when he's like, yeah, they think that you think that they're your friend. They don't care about you, man. That's literally you, man. That's literally you, Phil. That's literally you.
No one cares about you. We're done with your bullshit. I don't care how much money you try to throw at me to apologize. It's obvious you're fucking unhinged and we don't want to deal with your bullshit here anymore. So go get fucked, okay? Cool. He's out of here. I've had enough. I've literally had enough.
People told him that, like,
and his behavior derailing my content. So he can literally kiss my fucking ass.
So
okay.
Okay. People were derailing his content for months on end about this guy, begging him to ban him. He doesn't ban him, like, at all. It took him saying, well, this other guy has a better stream than you, for him to ban him. And it's so, like, ridiculous, right? That you could probably make a point to say, yeah, this guy should be banned. Because literally, look how he was first banned. This is insane. And again, these two are made for each other because guess what's gonna happen again? Again, notice he only banned the kick it. Now, to be fair, I think on YouTube he would have to be in chat, like, because I think if you want to ban him exactly and while he's on chat, like, you have to put a little bit more work to do it. So I guess, but if he shows up on YouTube chat and he doesn't ban him, that says all you need to know. He won't ban him because he can still take his money and is fine with it. So it's never over.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you give me $1,000, maybe I'd let him back in right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, right?
Right? Okay, I think that's it.
Someone who acts like that.
Oh, no, there's more.
No, I mean, guys, why do you think I didn't or I didn't remod him to begin with? Someone who acts like that, there's something wrong there. The guy's in.
So why didn't he openly tell him no? Right? Like maybe behind the scenes, I guess, but he could have said like on stream to his face, "I'm not gonna mod you, Iron Chef Sakai. You don't have to try. I'm not modding you." Instead, like he went along with like teasing him. Like it's really wild. This guy like really has a power trip thing going on.
Guy's unhinged, right? He is.
Right?
He's unhinged. He's
Get it?
looking for attention, and when he acts like that, there's a
Dude,
problem.
this is
I
this
mod
is all his supporters, all the whales. They all do it to get attention. Like that's why like a lot of people don't mod big supporters. They like and if they, like they never do. They either have an application process or they pay them or it's people that they can trust.
modded him, and I did absolutely nothing wrong to the guy whatsoever at all. And within a few weeks of him being a mod, he flipped on me and he's saying toxic things in my chat and shit. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're a mod.
The toxic things was he wasn't happy with what he was streaming, but he catered to Iron Chef Sakai. I think with the coin game, he was like, "Oh, so Iron Chef Sakai wants to play the coin game. We'll do the coin game or whatever the fuck." And that kind of like, it kind of sends a bad message to people, right? Correct?
You're supposed to be the example of how to behave. Why would you act like that? And of course,
why?
oh, blah, blah, blah. So I said, fuck it. I demodded him. I banned him. And then he comes back to me begging, can I please come back? I swear I didn't mean it. And I want to change all this and my attitude and everything. I said, oh, since he seems to be sincere.
Dude, the sincere part was he was giving DSP thousands of dollars. That's the sincerity DSP was basing off of, which is insane. He bans him because he was trying to take over control of the streams, and he made a big deal to say, like, just because you're a contributor doesn't mean you can control the content. He shows up on YouTube, showers them with money. Okay, I'll let you in, Iron Chef Sakai. I can trust you now since you're doing YouTube support or whatever the fuck. That's the sincerity. It's so funny. He's omitting that from the fucking story.
Sincere, maybe I'll be nice to him or whatever, and I let him back, and he's here again for weeks, and he's dropping giant contributions, and then he seems like he keeps asking to be a mod, and I keep telling him no. I told him publicly and I told him privately, no, you're not going to be a mod because number one, I can't trust you, and number two, no one else.
It was kind of like a weird message, to be honest, because on one hand he did say no because of you guys, the community wouldn't like accept him as mod or whatever the fuck. Then when he was with PPP, he then says, well, maybe we could just chain him along. I don't know, it's really weird.
No one else trusts you. Like, literally, no one trusts you because of your behavior. Why would we, right? And then he just keeps coming back and throwing money. It's like, what am I going to do? And then finally, this is the last straw. He's basically trying to turn my streams into drama again, and I'm just not going to have it. No one knew who this person was until he went over there and started throwing money.
Half of it was Iron Chef Sakai's fault, though. Was he telling people to, hey guys, go to Phil's chat, tell him I'm here. Did he do that? I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Talking shit about me, because that's what he did last night. He went in there and he started showing this streamer detractor videos of me. So, of course, this streamer is going to start talking. So what happens? All my detractors go over there and start throwing this person money, because that's what they do. Anyone who says something negative about me, they throw them.
He keeps assuming that all the try to show up to give the person money. Like, that's not the case all the time. I mean, even his own supporters were there. Whatever. Okay.
Money, right?
Right.
So now all day today, I got to see in my chat about this person. Fuck this shit.
Fuck
these disingenuous people who pretend like they're content creators and they're doing anything they can to make $1. Whether it's, abusing simps on the internet, fucking showing off their body.
What?
Shit. Fuck these disingenuous people who pretend like they're content creators and they're doing anything.
Why are we shitting? Okay, we were shitting on Iron Chef Sakai, right? Who did all this stuff, to then shitting on Lexi for honestly no reason, right? And to a degree, he kind of started it, because before all she did was saying, "Wow, he's the big," literally what Moist Critical said, basically. And then he called her a slut. Now, no one is gonna take kindly to being called a slut, Phil, or any other insults. So she would naturally, be more willing to insult you back. But even then, it wasn't even that bad, regardless. But again, PPP can razz him and his dumb fuck wife all they want. But if Lexi says, "Wow, DSP is a beggar," wow, that is too far, man. You just went personal. But meanwhile, PPP called Kat a fat bitch or a fat arsler. That's fine. He's just simply razzing. It's cool. Okay, man.
Anything they can to make $1. Whether it's, abusing simps on the internet.
How is this abusing simps? It's just, hey, give me a sub, I'll do a squad. That's not abusing simps. She's not sitting there be like, hey guys, I love you. She's not telling us about a reciprocate relationship. Again, there was a rumor. He says, "I love you guys." Literally, he says to his chat, "I love you guys," and this and that. And that's fine and normal. But for a girl to stream and then get paid to do squats that she wants to do, by the way, she made the offer. She could always say, "No, I'm not doing that," and that's that. But she wants to do squats, and she likes to get paid by doing it too, I guess. So there's nothing bad about that on paper. He hasn't watched her content or her streams, so he has no idea just how awful it is by his own definition. Because how much does she really coerce people to give her money, right? Is she sitting there flirting with the viewers? No. She's just sitting there. Again, all I saw was her "What's this? Yeah, man. Oh, wow, cool, man. It's whatever." And then Iron Chef Sakai shows up, showers her in money, and of course, what's her first reaction? Whoa, what the fuck? She was so confused that a person would show up just showering her with that amount of money. You would think if it was such a profitable endeavor, right? Wouldn't she not be that surprised? And would she be getting that kind of money anyway? Meanwhile, DSP acts entitled to get $150 every stream.
Fucking showing off their bodies and shit. That is 100% slutty.
How much of her body was shown? Again, you listen to him and you think the camera's up her ass. I don't know where the camera's is. I didn't watch her streams. I just heard she did squats. And then she said the next day that her legs got tight because she squatted so much. That's all I know of it. And then she was in the kitchen cooking. Is that exploitative? Oh my god, guys, she cooked food.
Bloody behavior, and it's borderline sex work. Okay, it's exactly.
How is it sex work? And I'm not gonna go into like the political endeavors and all this about sex work, but just off of the definition, how is doing squats sex work? She's just doing squats. You don't have to give her money to do squats. Like, dude, that's like saying, oh, that DSP's an alcoholic because he gets paid to take a shot. Is he an alcoholic? I guess he is, right? He's an alcoholic addict. He needs to go to Alcoholics Anonymous. He every time he gets $100 tip or whatever the fuck, he takes a shot. Wow, what an alcoholic, right? Okay.
What it is, because you're doing it because you know there's people out there that are pathetic and think that they're fantasizing about you.
Why would they do that when they could just watch porn? Right? Again, why would they watch her do squats? Again, I'm assuming the camera is like a few distances away and you're just seeing her body do squats. Like, there's nothing like amazing. I mean, oh, she's wearing shorts. Oh my god. Not in this day. She needs to cover up, guys. Oh man, I can't believe she wants to wear shorts. Meanwhile, DSP literally wears shorts that are so short. When he does a leg slap, he's literally slapping his actual fucking leg. But man, she's wearing shorts. Sex work, obviously, right? Women, am I right? They can't just wear what they want. They gotta wear what I want them to wear and appropriate, right? Correct?
You and that you're gonna get fucking we're gonna get a relationship with that person. Of course they're not, but you don't care.
How he's inferring all of this off of his own prejudice against all this stuff. Meanwhile, he has strung people along in similar situations. Really, you could almost compare DSP to the kind of streamers he's shitting on right now. You can make that comparison. There's so many people. Like, everyone brings up the June documentary, where the guys is like, they think that DSP is on the spectrum. Then there's someone else that said that they feel sorry for him, that he's lonely, and they found, or that they're lonely and they find friendship within DSP and all this stuff. But it gets conflated when DSP says, I love you guys, calls them my friends, and all this stuff. And then when he's confronted saying, hey guys, I'm not your friend, right? You know that I'm not like your friends, right? Okay, my friends? Like, it sends a mixed message. Like, dude, you're a big fucking nonsense man.
You take their money anyway, and you enjoy it, and you go to the bank with it. I mean,
that's what DSP does. He takes their money and enjoys with it. That's why, like literally, he fights every troll tip. He fights every troll tip, so they give him money, and he doesn't have to count it or anything. He doesn't care. He just cares about winning the money. That's why he tells Iron Chef Sakai he won't trust his tips, but he'll keep him all the same. But he wants them to give him super chats because he can't refund them. Like, that's what it is.
I mean, Amaranth, give me a fucking break, right? Pokemon, they all do it. So no one's fucking stupid here. We know what the content is. If you want a bunch of sims, go for it.
But why is it the streamers, like, you see how unfair this is? When DSP is saying all about these other streamers that do this and see how fucked up it is. But when you hold DSP to the same standard, it's fucked up. Why is it my responsibility for how a viewer acts? Well, DSP, why is it Lexi's responsibility to make sure that the viewer knows? Like, how come every girl streamer has to say in their stream, I'm not your friend, I'm just here to play games, guys, okay? I'm not your friend, okay? But a dude can stream and not have to say that out loud for anyone, right? It's almost like that it's on the viewer's end that makes that false judgment, and it's not the streamer's at fault for that. Like, there's things that the streamer is responsible for, but the thing that DSP is mocking these streamers for exploiting is something that you could throw back at him, and he'd say that it's fucked up that he's responsible for that, right? He's always been that way.
Go for it. And those sims will not be watching my content, because when they act like that, they will get my foot to their fucking ass and they'll never come back. Enough is enough. The drama is over. I don't care how much money he fucking throws at me.
Dude, he kept Tut around for so long. Dude, he says this every time at the end of when a whale goose troll or a whale goose dent or whatever the fuck, like Iron Chef Sakai and many others. He acts tough and like, yeah, fuck these kind of guys. No more boys club, yeah. And then like next month a new whale shows up, acts the same way, beat for beat, and DSP will roll over for him. Until that dude decides I'm gonna shit on DSP hardcore, then he'll go off on him. But he'll keep him around just long enough. It's the same with the troll tippers. He'll take your money until you don't serve a purpose anymore.
Iron Chef Sakai is Iron Chef cooked tonight and isn't coming back. Period. I've got better things to do with my time than deal with this bullshit. Okay.
Yeah, very easy to say when you ban him, right? But again, he banned him on Kick. He can still come back on YouTube. He can still come back.
I got a couple. I actually got a couple subs there.
Okay. So let's see. Did he change the stream name? Imagine if I refresh it and it's like, drama struck. We're still in the podcast, man. Okay, let's I'm not going to his actual chat. I mean, I guess I could see if but I could, whatever. We'll just go here.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Imagine this is top super chat Iron Chef Sakai. Imagine.
Let's briefly review the schedule for the week.
Okay, alright.
Shall we?
Alright. Let's see.
So, schedule for the week, just so you can see here. Today, it is Black Ops 6 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event, but we had a lot of fun with this the other day. We did. It was silly fun, over the top, turning into a Ninja Turtle, beating the crap out of people. It was very, very entertaining. I wanted to do another stream of it because I want to see if I can unlock the nunchucks, and we had good progress last time. Hopefully today we have even more progress towards that. And everyone, was enjoying it. So I said, yeah, let's just do it again right away, right? Tonight, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. We're going to give it a shot as a night stream, late night chill vibes. It looks like we're going to finally get to the meat of the game. That's the real game.
All right. Let's... Oh, God. Why do we have this? Oh, we now have 3 cameras. Okay.
I do.
This is weird, but whatever. You know what? If DSP had a brain, if he had a big boy brain, he could use this when he plays Street Fighter, and he would see his hand inputs. He has the tech now, but I don't think he's gonna do that. It's too big brain for him. But I want to see the cold open. Let's see how he describes. What's he gonna do today?
What is going on, everyone? Coming fresh off of an awesome day yesterday, including the premiere of DSP Builds It. We're going to talk all about how it went down, the basic takeaways that we have from it, the results, and if we're going to be doing it again, and more. Plus, today we'll be talking PSVR 2 price drop, as well as a new addition to my setup. Could you say 3 cameras? And also, this is the final streaming day of the month for me, and that means it is a final opportunity to have a strong finish. And we're going to be doing it right by doing a second stream of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. I'm very excited for it. In fact, so is the background, which is all the colors of the turtles today. Should be an exciting one. All of this and more on today's...
I love... He shits on Fortnite for all these collabs, all this stuff. But they have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab in Call of Duty, and he's doing backflips over it. He's loving it. He shot on the Squid Game crossover because that's stupid. He shot on every crossover imaginable and said it was dumb fuck bullshit. But the Turtles, oh, let me slurp it all up. Like, come on, man. Come on now, dog.
Positive episode.
Okay. So since the Iron Cook Sakai thing happened, he tried his very best not to be drama-filled today.
Hurry. Ready? Let's talk about it. Today's news story.
Oh boy, gamer
the PlayStation
news.
VR 2
we made it.
Is going to have a price drop.
Whoa.
That is right.
Whoa.
The PSVR 2
Things never drop
is about
in price
to have a price drop.
This never happened before.
So What is this price drop? Well, the PSVR 2 is currently priced at around $520. Yes, I'm not exaggerating.
Dude, it's an old hardware.
$519.99
Like, at this point,
for
we're
you to
talking
get the
about
PSVR
VR 3
2
at this
bundle that
point.
has the Horizon game with it.
All right.
Okay?
Let's hear dumb
Well,
gamer news story.
they're going to do a big price drop, okay, within a
Mhm.
few days here for the month of
Right.
March. The
Okay.
PSVR 2 price is going to go down to $399.99.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
The weird thing about it,
Oh,
though,
what's weird? What's the
is
conspiracy?
that that's going to be both the PSVR 2 base bundles and the Call of the Mountain Horizon bundle.
Okay. Okay.
So you can either get the PSVR 2 with a free game,
Maybe it's a
or you can get it without the free game for the same price.
Huh?
It doesn't seem to make much sense, does it? I don't think so. It's a little confusing, right?
Yeah, it's probably just a
So,
typo.
with this announcement, okay, there seems to be a lot of mixed opinions about this on the internet right now. Like, people are responding in completely different methods.
Oh my god.
And so what I wanted to do is kind of go through the Twitter responses so you could actually
this gamer
see
news is awful.
how
All
people
it is
are,
let's look
you
at the
know,
replies.
taking this news.
Okay,
So
how are they
first off,
taking it? How are they
here you
taking
go.
it?
This guy's Miles. My thoughts on the PSVR 2 price drop. Well, I welcome any moves that encourage more players to experience this awesome tech.
Okay.
This should have been the launch price, though, right? Because, I mean, keep in mind, by the way, this is the 2-year anniversary of PSVR 2. If you're not aware, it launched 2 years ago.
God,
I know you might be
dude.
like, wait, what? It did? Yeah.
Okay.
PSVR 2 has been out for 2 years.
But
It was
how
such a
do you know how
sales
things
flop for
cost?
Sony
Whatever.
that no one was
okay.
buying it, and they realized they didn't need to actually make them anymore. They had mass produced them so heavily, thinking they were going to sell just like the PSVR 1 did, and they mass produced so many of them that they were just sitting on the shelves unused. Like no one was actually getting the PSVR 2 at all. It was just sitting there unsold.
Lag.
So because of that, they actually advised everyone, hey, stop making them. They actually went to their manufacturing, chain and said, stop manufacturing PSVR 2 because no one's buying it.
Okay.
And therefore,
right,
we're just wasting money and resources making these things. They're just going to sit in inventory. And that's pretty much unprecedented. Like, thinking back.
How does he know this happened?
When you would think that a manufacturer actually said, hey, just stop making the product because no one wants it.
Did this happen?
Right? Especially in a market that's kind of competitive, because if you think about it, there's a lot of competition. There's the MetaQuest.
Oh my god, we're still on this.
HTC Vive or whatever it's called.
I thought we were going to the other
VR
parts.
does have competition.
Okay,
so it's not like there's no demand. I just think, we talked about this before, but VR has always been a fringe thing.
Why would
right? When you think VR, you look at VR gaming and stuff like that, right?
Replacements.
Every time that we talk about this VR product, I say, what's the killer app? What's the must-play game that's in VR that if you don't play it, you're really missing out, right?
People say,
and when you think about it,
Alex was a killer app.
Well, Half-Life Alex.
Said it was okay.
Okay, so it was a new Half-Life game. It wasn't VR. Everyone wanted Half-Life to continue, so you have Half-Life Alex. Okay, what else do you have? And then usually you hear one of two things. You either hear crickets because no one has an answer, or you hear a few games here or there, but there's no consensus, right? Like, no exaggeration, even this game, this Call of the Mountain for PSVR 2, even that didn't get a lot of popularity. No, people who played it, I was all right, but no one's like in love with it. No one is sitting there saying it's a must play. And if you don't play Call of the Mountain, you have missed out tremendously. And you really have,
dude,
no. In fact, can you name me?
This is like the Apple Vision Pro thing, where the point of it isn't to make everyone buy it, but it's just a luxury item that's like, hey, if you want it, you can have it. You can get cool experiences. That's it, but you don't need it. Like because if you want everyone to buy something, it's better to make it more accessible. Like, this is not something for everyone. Like, it has a very closed unit. This is not like rocket science.
VR, there's nothing wrong with VR. Barriers. So you either need to have a high-end PC or you need to have like a
Okay.
PS5 or PS5 Pro. And then you need to buy a headset. You need to buy special controllers. You need to
But
have
that's why you
all of
buy
these
this.
extra
It comes with
things
that.
in order to have VR work.
Oh my
You're
god.
talking a
Okay.
significant money investment for PSVR 2 because they want
But
$500+
if you
up front
already
just for the
have a
hardware.
PlayStation
Oh, by
5,
the way, you
you
also
may be
needed a
more inclined to
PlayStation
buy this.
5 or now a
That's the
PS5 Pro.
point.
Oh, by the way, you also
By
have
the
to
way,
buy the
he said the best thing about the PlayStation VR was its entry. Like it's a cheap alternative because you have a PlayStation you can play. You don't have to buy a high-end PC, this and that. He said this about this very thing. Mostly about VR1. But since he hates VR now, since he can't read shoutouts, it's just bad, guys. We gotta walk away from it.
buy the games. So how much money do you really expect me to
Like, why are
invest
we
in this
talking about this?
to get a
Dude,
VR
I don't buy
experience?
VR. I
Oh,
don't
by the
fucking cry
way,
about VR
there aren't even that many good
existing.
games for it. And that's a problem, you know? Again, since day one with VR, I said, I feel VR is going to be another gimmick. It's going to be like motion controls was. It's going to be like the Kinect was, where everyone will be interested in it for a
It is
short
a gimmick,
period
but it
of
has a
time,
very
but there's
specific
going to be these
audience. That's
barriers
what they're
to entry,
targeting.
and no one's going to want to invest that much unless there's a
Oh
killer
my
app game, a game
god.
that
Like,
absolutely everyone wants to play. No one's going to invest that amount of time or money in it. Okay?
is this the
And
only
that's
gamer
sad.
news?
Really, it is because I feel like VR does have potential from when
This
I
is
had
sad.
PSVR 1. All right. There was some potential there. There were some
No, there
games that
wasn't.
actually were very interesting.
He said it was disappointing.
Or felt very different because it was a VR experience. It felt
Okay.
very immersive. Horror in VR, I think, works well. Putting you in the footsteps or the place of the
Whatever.
actual protagonist of
Okay.
a horror game is actually quite scary. All right, in my opinion. But at the same time, again, how many people were going to keep investing? And it's just too much of a barrier for entry, in my opinion. You could disagree, and that's fine. But for me, when I had PSVR, I played a handful of games that I thought were good.
Oh
After
my
like
god,
2 months, the
support
gimmick
schedule,
wore
Twitter,
off.
fast food Q&A
Okay,
fun.
and
Oh my
then
god.
I just never cared to use it again. You know, and I think a lot of people that's kind of their experience. They like VR for a short period of time, but then after that period of time, after that gimmick wears off, then they don't really care about it anymore. So why did you invest that much money? Why are you going to keep buying games for it?
Why is
And
this
similarly to
gamer
that,
news?
why are game developers, all right? Why are game
Oh my
developers
god,
going
dude,
to
he
keep
said
investing
that this
time
was
and
done
money
because
into
it was
making
expensive.
VR
It's getting a
games
price
if
drop. It's
there's
not
no
good enough. Oh my god, now oh god. Is it me? No, it's fucking DSP. It has to be DSP. Yeah, because this is the going. Oh my god. Dude, even his internet was like, fuck this. It rage quit. It rage quit this. What happens if I go to the actual oh my god, I don't think it's fixed.
Let's briefly review the schedule right now. You have to buy the entire package or send it out for repair. It's the only way to get a controller fixed. So some more
Dude, this is
opinions
weird.
on this. If you
This is bizarre. This is further than this. Oh god. Oh, he's watching on Kick and it went down. Oh my god. But it's here.
if you scroll down, this guy is calling Sony a bunch of dumb fucks for not having announced this on the actual second anniversary of the PSVR 2.
Oh god. This is getting oh my god.
Let's see here.
What is going
Here we go.
on?
The PSVR 2 library of games hasn't grown. We are missing big VR titles like
I don't know if it's me or
Batman.
him.
Only the Midnight Walk was announced. PSVR 2 support that I have any interest in.
This is
If this price
insane.
drop happened
He's
during the
hammering
GST
through
break,
this.
I might have considered it. I don't know what the hell the GST break is. Okay.
The grand standard time, I don't know. Oh my god, it went down. Pig down, pig down. He rage quit the stream. He rage quit. Oh man, what a wild stream to walk in on. Oh man. Well, I think that's where I'm gonna end it. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. And hopefully I'll get AAA batteries for this thing so it can live again and sing its beautiful songs. But right now there's no batteries. The batteries are dead, sadly. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
Fuckhead!
Hey. Fucking calm down. Jeez.
I am not crazy!
Alright. Bye.